Okay, Rich Van Tassel here with you, giving you a recap of Game 5 between the Atlanta Hawks and the Boston Celtics. Celtics must have been kidding themselves thinking that any type of performance like that is anything befitting of a playoff team. I mean, the 76ers would have given a better performance than the Celtics gave tonight, losing by 27, and it wasn't even that close. Celtics had a 20-15 lead after the first period. That means they got outscored 95-63 the rest of the way, and the Celtics had to scramble late to get it that close. Just a total embarrassment tonight by the Boston Celtics. Game 2 was an embarrassment, and frankly, they should not be playing this poor on the road. People want to say, oh, it's one team at home, one team in the road, whatever. I mean, this is a team that played just about 500 ball on the road. You won 48 games. This is the playoffs. You have to come out better than this. And Isaiah Thomas just did not do anything. He sprained his ankle. Looks like he'll be all right for Game 6. I don't think it matters. Atlanta is going to end this game in the next is going to end this series in Game 6. You don't recover from just embarrassments like this. In the second half, the Celtics were just turning the ball. I mean, they were cutting it around. Evan Turner was coming out and keeping it close. And, they were getting around like 5, 8 points. Then they just started turning the ball over. Kent Bazemore was, drilling threes left and right. Started in the second quarter. It was just an embarrassing performance by the Celtics. You figured after Game 2 how poorly they played in Atlanta. They wouldn't have come out and given this type of effort and, getting the 2 wins in Boston. But, no, look at Kent Bazemore here. 4 for 9 3-point shooting. He made, all of those in the first half that completely turned the game around. Altogether, they made 14 of 36. Celtics 7 of 29. Celtics shot 37.7%. Atlanta only shot 43.8%. But they just were hitting threes. The Celtics were allowing them to get out in transition. 20 turnovers for the Celtics, only 12 for the Hawks. The turnovers were just brutal. It just got so ugly for the Celtics. I don't know what. You're a playoff team. You can't be playing like this. And Atlanta wasn't really showing me much. They got that little spurt where they hit 3-pointers, took the 10-point lead at halftime, but the Celtics were slowly chipping back away, getting back into it. Isaiah Thomas couldn't score. As a Celtic fan, I never looked at it even when they were down at halftime and was like, oh, this is so terrible because Isaiah Thomas hadn't scored, and he's been a second half player all season long. They chipped away, and then they just started turning the ball over. And this has been a problem going back to the regular season. Atlanta had a run on them. Teams like New Orleans, the Lakers were having runs on them. Charlotte had a game where they went on like a 31-3 run on the Celtics. And, the Celtics had their own, which was the last game of the season against Miami. They had, obviously, the one in Game 4 that allowed them their comeback. But you just can't you can't keep letting teams go on these substantial runs with you. Is it a symptom of you don't have necessarily the quote-unquote go-to guy? I don't know. Is Isaiah Thomas, yes, he's not a top echelon go-to guy, but this is still a guy who can get points. Even the worst teams in the league don't get run on. Don't let teams just go ballistic with these runs on them. You got to do something. It was 42-23 in the second half. Between the end of the first quarter and the start of the fourth quarter, the score was 74-42. You just can't have that happen, especially with halftime in the middle. It makes absolutely no logical sense. And Celtics, you can say, well, they're going back home. I don't think it matters at this point. You don't recover from a shellacking you just took like this. I don't think Atlanta, like I said, I picked Atlanta in 6. That looked like what it's going to be. It's a tough matchup for the Celtics, but frankly, the Celtics had been doing what you would have to do to win this series. They've been handling, for the most part, the things that they have had trouble with. Millsap only had 10 points tonight. Granted, he had that 45-point game, but the Celtics were able to win that one. Outside of that, they really, they've kept Teague basically in check. Kent Bazemore, though, has been killing them all season. He's been killing them this series. Kent Bazemore is the guy who the Celtics are letting go off. So I don't know what to say about this. I don't even know if I'm going to call in the CLNS. I'm sick to my stomach after watching this one. Might as well have been the last game of the Celtics season because it's over now. the Celtics are gonna get run over in Game 6, folks. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I'm going to be. So you want to leave all your hate messages, go ahead. But this was the nail in the Celtics season, in the Celtics season's coffin right here. So that's it. Again, check out CLNS for any other post-game wrap-up. By the time this video goes up, I'll have either been on or the show will probably be off. But tomorrow we'll give you the breakdown of those games. And remember, we're going to do NFL Draft. When that comes around, probably Thursday. If I have the time, I'll be pretty busy Thursday, unfortunately. So maybe we'll do that Wednesday. But we'll also talk about all the injuries and stuff and the coaching hirings and positions and all that come Friday with the regular programming. But again, Atlanta takes the 3-2 series lead by pounding the Celtics tonight, likely the end of the Celtics season. So have a good night, Celtics fans. This will probably be the last time we see each other this season. Thanks so much.